All right, everybody, we're still getting our next run set up. Just wanted to pop on in here and let everybody know a little bit of story from the cause. We've got a story here from a girl named Putri from central Sulawesi in Indonesia. She was made homeless by an earthquake and tsunami that hit Sulawesi in September of 2018. Putri says that when the earth began to shake, she was riding on a motorcycle with her cousin. Her school and home sank into the ground due to liquefaction that occurred as a result of the earthquake's intensity. Her family survived, but they lost everything, and Putri missed out on several months of school. Now the family live in a small one-bedroom temporary shelter provided by the government. She attends one of Save the Children's temporary learning centers, but she misses her old school. Most of her old friends don't attend the temporary learning center, so she also had to make new friends. When Putri was taken back to where her school used to stand, she felt sad looking at the remains and rubble. The government has declared the area where she used to live a red zone, which means no reconstruction will take place. A year after the earthquake struck, more than a third of damaged schools in central Sulawesi are so badly damaged they are too dangerous to enter. Putri is one of thousands of children attending one of Save the Children's temporary learning centers. Save the Children, through its local partner, YSTC, built and run 108 temporary learning spaces, including temporary kindergartens in 51 locations around Palu, Sigi, and Donggala, with a total of 128 classrooms serving 6,736 children. Now, I just want you guys to remember that it's what we are raising money for, is saving the children, helping children in circumstances like these all around the world. And we here at SDAT appreciate every donation that comes our way for the cause. How about that Black Ops run by Viva Radio? That was a bunch of fun. I think I could count the pixels on one hand that were in each of the frames of that game. The frames. But we've got a 26 frames a second. That is so many, but so few at the same time. No, we've got World of Warcraft coming up next, and like I said earlier, we've got Citus 2 on deck, which is a rhythm game showcase. From what I could tell, it looks kind of like Osu in some ways, so I'm actually very curious to see what that would be like. And then rounding off our night, we've got Typo Man Revised by Illegally Sam. I hope everyone is enjoying day 0 of SDAT. We've got a road to SDAT happening today. Get some claps in the chat for all the runners that happened beforehand and all the ones that are coming up. I'll turn this to chat. What are you guys looking forward to most this SDAT? What run has really got you guys hyped up? personally, for me, as also a Twilight Princess fan, I'm really looking forward to the All Mirror Shards run. But on top of that, I'm also looking forward to the $100,000 Pyramid game show again. Chameleon Twist. You know, people around here really like Chameleon Twist. All right, and it looks like we are just about ready. So I'm going to turn this over to the people. So we'll be back in just a second.
Imagine owning the world's greatest video game songs by the greatest musicians of our time. In a once-in-a-lifetime collection. SDAT Music presents the ultimate speedrun song collection. 36 chud-filled tracks by all of the artists we were able to get permission from. Yorkland, Squidbird, Mewmore. That's all of the people we could get. Get the ultimate speedrun collection soundtrack on 2 CDs for just $29.95. But wait, save $10 when you use your credit card. That's right, you get 2 CDs for the low price of $19.95. The Ultimate Collection is not sold in stores because it is not a real product. So remember, use your credit card at checkout and get 2 beautiful CDs for just $19.95. Seriously, this is not a real product. Call 1-605-477-3018 to get 2 lovely CDs for the low price of $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Call now or visit us online at www.twitch.tv/speeddocs.
بشو شيت ما كمان راح
أهلا علي.
I'm here now.
شوفي كتبت اسمي.
Save the children. Lasting change starts here.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here with King Xavier, and they are going to be running World of Warcraft, Exile's Reach Starting Zone, New Game Plus for us today. Take it away.
Alright, so I'm going to hand in our world, and I'll tell you when time actually starts, because we got to wait through a cutscene. But during that, I'll explain some of what's going on. So, Exile's Reach is basically serves as the first starting zone you'll experience if it's your first time playing retail World of Warcraft, or if you haven't played an extended time, usually 3 here too.
Of the Noble Alliance.
So
Coalition of
they
kingdoms
overhauled this zone
upholding the ideals of
last
valor
expansion
and justice across
because it was originally meant to lead you into the Battle for
Your
Azeroth
commanders
expansion,
have
and
learned
they overhauled
that
it to
an
bring you
expedition
into
bound for the Dragon Isles
Dragonflight,
has
which is the
been
new
shipwrecked on a
default
deserted
leveling
island.
zone.
As a bold
Or
new
leveling
recruit,
continent.
you have
It's
joined
New
a
Game Plus
rescue
because we have a number of
led by the
features
dragon
that are
Raphion
account-based
and
that we've
Alec.
unlocked as I've leveled other characters
Now
that we're going to have at
falls
our
to you
disposal. So I'll
to
show those
find
off
the
here in
lost
just a second.
expedition and see them safely
Time is going to
into the
start
Dragon
when I hit
Isles.
escape. So start time now. Okay. Go into options, we turn on, we make sure auto loot's on, we go into interface, we turn off tutorials, we get action bars, turn on all of those. Oh, excellent. Alright, we're up here, except our first quest. We have an add-on called Quick Quest enabled, which is going to allow us to basically... Sorry, that Quick Quest add-on is going to allow us to immediately start work on, basically when we do a turn-in.
The skies were supposed to be clear.
Sorry.
Cole will spar with you for now. Something about this
What it
way
means
doesn't
is
feel
that
right.
instead of having to click through a bunch of dialogue, we immediately accept a quest as soon as we right-click, and we turn it in the same way. So from here, we're going to go ahead and equip these heirlooms, which are gear that levels with us as we play through the game. And what's important about this is that effectively we are speeding up the way we play through because we don't need to deal with as much menuing and as much micro. We can just focus on running through the game rather than trading gear out. So right out of here, we're going to go into the next area, and I'll be showing off another attribute we get, and then you'll have a bit of time to speak. So we're going to get a mount. We have access to a mount at level 1, which is normally not the case.
Reclaim
And
our
we're gonna
supplies,
run through
but
here,
don't take
and
them
some of
all
our-
lightly. I
We
want
actually
that
get a
range
burst of
once.
damage to any enemies that are attacking us when we level up because of the heirlooms. We level faster, we gain more experience, and we get extra damage output. And then we also get a mount, as I mentioned, and that's going to be most of the sum up for now. We also get 25% experience boost because I have 5 max level characters.
We cannot
So
let
go
the
ahead
rest
and take it away
attend
for
to the
now
wounded.
while I just
Then
play
we'll
through a bit of the
regroup
starting area.
and
Do
determine
you have
our
anything
next
you'd like to
steps.
chime in with?
Don't worry. We'll
Yeah,
find
of course. So we don't have any donations right now. Make sure we get those donations in for Save the Children. But as far as the run concerned, I'm actually curious. Is there a particular reason for the class choice, or is
Yes.
it just what you
Yes.
prefer?
So Worgen, and so I'll explain class and then I'll explain race. So class-wise, being a hunter means that you can do damage at range, and you're also the most resilient. Most range classes in the game wear cloth, which means they're very squishy. Hunters wear mail, which is the second strongest type of armor in the game. Additionally, you'll get a pet who can help clean up certain enemies for you while you're running around and doing various bits of work. So you can start attacking things, and then your pet will run up and finish attacking things for you. And on top of that, okay, great. On top of that, you also get a very early movement ability, a little bit earlier than some of the other
Eat
classes.
first, Ilaria. You need your
So, and then for why we're playing
We'll
a
head north to
Worgen,
rendezvous with the
you'll
others.
see that we have a racial
Ilaria,
ability Dark
recover
Flight,
your stamina
which
before pushing
increases our movement speed for 10 seconds every minute and a half. And in addition to that, we're going to also get an increased crit chance. So you can imagine that as you're trying to kill things as quickly as possible, being able to crit more often is going to save you time, because more things will die in one hit instead of 2 or 3. And that's also where some of the heirloom stuff comes in, because my crit rate is now already up to 13% at level 4. Normally it would be quite a bit lower than that. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to immediately turn this quest in, and we're going to start running up this way. We have to kill a bunch of these quillbore, which are basically humanoid porcupines, you can think of them as. And we're just running through here, and now we're going to hit this one, and we're going to hope for a decent spawn. Great. Got a little hung up on those rocks there, we can move on. We have to kill this boss. Now, the reason... We also can't control who else is going to be in the world with us. For obviously, like, this is an MMO. This is not a private server or anything. So the question comes up, well, how do you manage the randomness of players being online and them killing things that you need to kill and stuff like that? So we actually play very specifically on a low population server, which decreases the likelihood that the bosses we need to kill will be killed when we get to them. The bosses have something like a minute time delay between respawn, so it can really shoot a run of them. And now I'm going to go through a little section, and you can go ahead and anything else you want to ask about.
How often would you say you've had a run ruined by another player just like sniping a boss from you?
So never sniping, because if you get even one hit of damage in, it counts, right? Like, you don't need to take it down all yourself. You can't coordinate with people ahead of time, but if you run up at something and somebody else is working on it, you're allowed to shoot at it just the same. The problem actually arises when somebody got to it like 15 seconds before I got there and killed it before it got in range. So we're skipping this cutscene. They're actually going to try and mind control one of our dragon friends that's come to the island with us. So we're going to go and try and save him. But first, we're level 5, and that's a lot of giant zombie monsters.
We have no time to spare if we're to
That's fine.
We need to even the playing field a little bit. So I'll show you exactly how we're going to do that. The way we're going to do that is by making a very large boar. So we start with this one, and it shrinks. We take advantage of having a little bit of downtime, because this has a 8-second cooldown, so we'll go ahead and kill something anytime. Move that one. And then this one is actually going to get the way we need it to be. So this one's going to get really large on us. And it's going to start moving into position while we go ahead and pick up the next quest. So we're going to turn this in, immediately pick up the next one. And we're going to spam right click on him until we're able to jump on top. And we're going to get a little vehicle segment. So we got to kill all of these big zombies. The small ones don't actually matter. Oh, hang on. That's not good. It did not register the first hit. It just glitched through. That's okay. We recover. And we're not going to actually kill that one. We're going to turn around and go this way. There's a very specific reason for that, which is the boss we need to kill is right here. So by ending at this space, we can fire a shot as soon as we get off of the mount.
I don't have a target.
The indignity.
Now we're going to try and mount up while we wait for this quest to spawn.
It seems
Skip this cutscene, and it didn't register.
I do what I can to force.
It used to be that if you mounted beforehand, you stayed mounted after the cutscene. That is apparently no longer the case. So now we're going to have a little economics lesson.
Together,
We need to learn how to buy and sell. So I'm going to buy a tabard and sell some meat, and we're turning this in. Goodbye, Rathian. We're going to accept this quest and ignore them. And then we're going to accept this quest up here and ignore them. We got to go do something optional quick.
I'll try my best to help. Keep.
And you're like, why are you doing something optional in a speedrun? You'll see. Any other questions?
Yeah, so I'm just curious, why World of Warcraft speedrunning? What got you into it? It's just love of the game.
It's love of the game, and the fact that I really like the idea. Like, I don't want to speed run the entire game, but I love the idea of like taking a starting zone where you can't return to the area after you leave it at the end of the starting zone, because it's a very definitive like, oh, this is a great introduction to what the game is, right? I want to learn some of the other categories eventually that are also starting zones. Like Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Worgen, Pandaren. These are all kind of things I'm considering. But I specifically love this one because it is what the average person's first experience with World of Warcraft will be if they were to start playing today. It's this region, and I think there's something really cool about that. To take something that most people playing will have seen at some point and do it as quickly as you
the Harpies are holding one of your people
So
captive.
the reason we did that side quest is for the next 10 minutes we're going to be moving twice as fast without having to mount up.
Let's deal
And
with those Harpies. I just hope Mary
that
is
did
okay.
not take a minute to do, so if you consider the actual time save from, you know, moving twice as fast for 10 minutes, it's a pretty substantial time save.
I need to get closer.
Minimal losses for maximum gains.
Okay, cut this way. And we're going to go ahead and
I'm out
start
of
shooting
range.
these guys out. Sweet. I was able to do that one without getting bit, so I got to skip that. The hope, as you're going through here, is just be able to do as many of these without damage, without fighting as possible, because you need to kill 10 enemies, but you're going to go through a section here where you have to kill like 11 of them just to finish this quest. So any extra you kill on the way really aren't helping you. And now we're going to have a few waves, and if you want to ask anything else, I can answer, because it's going to be a bit before we actually get the boss that we need to face here. But so far, we've killed 3 bosses, and not had a single wave. So,
We love to see that.
Keep fighting. I'll heal
sorry,
you.
2 bosses. This will be the 3rd. Alright, we're going to back up a little bit, because this is going to be the last wave before the boss. And then I get to do some really fun sequencing.
I need to target something first.
Something huge is headed this way.
We can beat it if we fight together. For the Alliance!
I don't have a target.
There we go. Almost missed it. We got it there. Killed him before he even got to where he's... So he's supposed to have this big grand entrance, but you can interrupt it by killing him as he's crossing the bridge. And,
Come.
we're now able to go here.
We have
And
to
before we
rescue
go
your
help
friend.
with the spiders over there, which, yes, arachnophobia warning when we get to that area, we have to go find out who's been causing some trouble in the camp. And I'll let you in on a little secret. It's a new friend. So, we're going to go here. We put on the belt because it is a little bit of extra damage. And now we have to handle some dry ice. Don't do this. I'm wearing gloves.
Now get some rest. We'll find
Bring me the supplies.
So the reason we rescue the mage first is because she has the dry ice that we need.
Sure. What are you gonna do
So we
with
need
us?
dry ice, a rusted chain, and a spring. Run up this way, turn this quest in. Now, it used to be that I would put those pants on that we just got, but I don't need to do that anymore because I recently unlocked the heirloom pants. I went on Horde's side and got invited to a guild that had access to them, so I went ahead and bought them, and now I have them for all my characters. Now, we're going to have a fun dog, but we got to wait for him to come back. So while we're waiting, we're going to go over and do this part of the quest. So, warning for anybody who does not like spiders.
Those survivors are counting on you.
rescue anyone you can.
Oh, hey, it me.
Yeah. Good news, we are killing them.
Yes.
Now, technically, we don't need to kill them, but they get in the way, so we're going to kill them. We're going to ignore that one, though, because he just won't come after us if we go this far to the side. Alright.
It's too far away. I need to target something first.
Great.
target.
Run through here. It was not hit starting the shot, which is annoying. Okay. Free this one, and then we gotta free one more friend.
I need
And then
to
exciting
target
things
something
happen.
first.
Got it open before they finished aggroing on me, so we skipped through this area. I'm gonna run over here, and we have to save a friend who's being attacked by an undead warlock of sorts.
I will harvest your life force.
And he is a drama queen and will not roll over and die for like 30 full seconds.
You saved my
Oh,
life.
they made it faster.
Allow me to return the favor.
Now,
Hop on.
we're going to do a little bit more sequencing here. So, in order to
Hello,
tame a pet,
please
you have to
shield us
dismiss
from
your
harm.
current one. Normally, this takes 3 seconds of standing still. Turns out, you can also just do it while riding on her back, because you're not the one moving. She is.
Out of the
So we've
way,
dismissed
little
our pet
spiders.
without having to lose those 3 seconds. And when we get up here, we'll immediately be able to start the taming process. Now, normally, it's gonna ask you to stable your pet.
These
You don't
poor
actually
creatures.
have to do the
We cannot
stabling,
stop
but you
to
have
help
to talk
them.
to him for the prompt to get rid of it. In this case, because we're taming the bear, we do have to do the stabling. So, it doesn't take much from the time there, but it's a little bit of optimization we get to do.
By the light, you're alive.
Alright, we're going to, as soon as we
You did
pop
a
off,
good
use
job
Ask for the Cheetah to
saving
run
those
down
people
there.
dealing with those spiders.
Those spiders were victims too. They just lost their home.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could see it that way.
Let me know when you're ready to tame the beast. Here
Ready
it
to tame?
comes.
You should have known better than to say that to a druid.
Ah, you were just telling me how much.
Now
you
we're gonna
hate
tame the
spiders.
dog. Everybody say hello, dog.
The light shines on.
Fine work.
Hello, dog.
You must learn how to place your pets in a stable. You've got my attention.
Okay, accept
We
this
have a
quest,
mission to
and we're gonna run over here, and we're gonna ignore everything they want me to do because we gotta go tame that bear. So there's the bear over there. Unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't seem to be fighting a person because he's not taking any damage. So we can just run up here and do this right away. So we have to dismiss our pet again. And that is the last you're going to see of the dog this run.
Goodbye, dog.
Because we have a bear. Hello, Killclaw. Welcome to the friend group.
He became so small.
He did. He is still zombie, but he did lose the club sticking out of him, which is a little disappointing. But he kept the unique name. You can't actually give them titles. You only get the title if that came with the pet in question. So,
What would you ask?
while the model is not unique, the name is. So we are now going to turn into an ogre to go rescue some more of our friends
All
who've
right,
been taken
recruit.
captive by
Just
ogres.
act like an ogre and get us inside the citadel.
Don't use big words. In fact, don't say anything at all.
And in
Just
order to
let him win.
convince him that we're an ogre, we have to
More
wave.
sacrifices. Go to
But we have to make sure we
Copenhagen.
time it right, or it's not going to
Where
register that I
that
did it
order?
for completing the
Show
quest
what
line.
you got.
So,
Keep moving. Let's.
What do we have here?
Cool.
Take them
There we go.
to the back.
now what's fun is you do take advantage of auto run in this a fair bit, and we're using a couple of add-ons. I already mentioned Quick Quest, but we also have something that's allowing us to see
Captain Kelra. No.
see
How can we break
coordinates a
these
little bit
seals?
better, and that tracer
is
on my
always a
mouse
way,
is
Henry.
also an add-on that's permitted. It's called Cursor Trail, because
I will do
frankly,
what I
I have
can.
lost track of where my mouse
Together,
is more
we'll
times
see.
than I can count in this game. You would think you wouldn't with it being a giant glove, but when there's a lot of stuff on screen, it can be easy to lose track of. So now we're gonna go through here. We have 3 bosses to kill in this area, and we have to kill another 8 ogres and get a catapult busted down. Now what's fun is, you'll recall that I mentioned that the pet will do some killing for us. So you'll notice that I did not finish killing that ogre myself. Still had a little bit of health remaining. Well, our bear made sure that didn't stay the case.
Invader! Me smash good! Me get...
Alright, that is 2 of the ward stones we need, because they're going to let us free our friend who's currently trapped.
Lose.
Excellent. Alright, that is 7 of the 8 ogres. We'll get the last 2 down here. And this is where the last 2 catapults are, and in that room is our last, boss ogre we need to kill.
We keep sacrifice. You know, stop it.
Now, we can go ahead, and we're not going to have to mount up here because we already still have that little bit of boost, and then we get to take advantage of both of our movement abilities to finish getting us to get us the rest of the way up this hill. Because it would actually be more time consuming to mount up and drive. We're going to get over here. We're gonna hit 4 to disengage, which gives us a little bit of extra speed. And we're almost where we need to be. Now, when we get up here, we have 3 quests to turn in, but because it takes time for it to drop, we're gonna start by getting the Ogre Rune Stones disabled. While she's dropping, we'll turn the other quests in.
But we still need to stop Gogrowth.
Okay, now we're gonna queue for Darkmaul Citadel. We're gonna wait for this to finish activating specialization, and then we'll enter. Alright. Now that we're in, we're going to immediately grab Post Haste. You'll note that we have another player. That is okay, we can't control that. This dungeon will give you between 1 and 3 players in your group, yourself included. But because we don't pre-coordinate, it's still considered a single player run.
Keep pushing.
So we're just gonna roll with it, and we're not gonna stop to pick anything up because there's only 1 drop in this entire dungeon that could possibly matter to us, and it's coming up from the next boss.
I need to target something first. I need a target.
Alright. In through here. And we gotta kill Tunk. Now, he's the one person who might have something of value to us. See, I mentioned before that our items level with us, but that doesn't preclude the possibility of getting something that might be better in this exact moment.
Understood, Captain.
And while the bow that we have will eventually continue to be better, it's not going to be better for the rest of this dungeon. So we've switched to Tunk's Tiny Bow, which is a rare drop. I say rare, I get it probably 2 out of every 3 runs. It's just not guaranteed. And it's one thing where you just don't bother resetting because, you know, you're this far in, you just see what happens. We're coming up to the last boss of the run, but the run does not end when we finish the boss. We will actually be going through a portal and then turning in a quest, and that will end the run. So. And he's controlling our dragon friend. Clear off the little enemies. And our bear has been doing good work for us, and we'll do more here. This is going to be where he really comes in handy. Okay, now he's going to kill him. Now he's going to die to finish the ritual to bind our friend.
No! He's completing the ritual!
Go ahead and use heal while we wait.
I can't control my actions.
Go ahead and we're using Hunter's Mark, which increases the damage we do by 3%, which can reduce the amount of the amount of hits we need to make by at least 1 or 2. Okay, leave instance group. And because we've completed the mission in there, we're going to come out of here and be able to turn this quest in. Now, we will finish after going through the next portal and turning in the quest there.
Can you bear our recruit to the Dragon Isles?
Going to the Dragon Isles, skip a cutscene. Once this loads, we'll turn in a quest, and that'll be time. Get ready. And this is where we hope World of Warcraft servers don't decide to just wait around for 10 minutes today. While we wait for the screen to load, anything else you'd like to share?
We don't currently have any donations, but I can do a little...
Time!
I'm glad you've come.
Well, never mind. GG's! Gotta love good old World of Warcraft loading times.
Mm-hmm. How'd we do?
I've got 23:54 on the timer.
Excellent. It's probably a true 24, given I called that just a second or two early. But yeah, I'll take it. That would have been a P. That's not my personal best, but that is my recorded PB. So I will gladly take this VOD and send it into the leaderboards. Thank you all so much for having me. I understand you're running a little head on time, so if you want me to show off anything, I'm happy to, but I don't want to monopolize your time, folks. So. What's up next in the run? Sorry, what's up next in the marathon? What's on after me?
All right, well, yes, up next we do have Citus 2, which is a rhythm-based game, kind of a la Osu. But yes, this was once again World of Warcraft, Exile's Reach Starting Zone New Game Plus by King Xavier. Thank you so much for being here with us doing this run. It was actually really fun and pretty fast-paced, more fast-paced than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, usually I say 35 because I expect to get it around like 27 to 30, but I guess my times have just improved. I think a recent patch might have just made Hunter a little bit stronger. And then getting the new heirloom has really helped shave some time off. Because by the level we're at, that's an additional 3% critical strike chance. So, yeah.
Yeah, the interesting bit of running a live service game.
Yeah. It's like, if everything just lines up right, you get really good times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, thank you for being here. We're going to throw it to a quick ad while we set up for our next run. Again, thank you for being here with us, and we'll be right back.
All right, thank you.